I'm defending your honor here.
Holy shit. No, mine or his?
John's. Well, in a way, John's.
I figured that's what it would be, so I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
I did some maths.
Oh, damn it.
The NAFTAA podcast.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Episode 49, the NAFTAA podcast. We're back. It is the closing of an international break. We got Michael. We got Nick. Dylan is still in Arizona. Hopefully he's golfing. I haven't actually gotten much of an update from Dill. What's he up to?
Dude, they're living the dream out there. Like, Barb almost got her first hole-in-one out there.
What?
Yeah, apparently it rolled right over the hole. She birdied, and then she said, we didn't count the next 12 holes because I'm like, well, that's golf, Mom. But yeah, they're living the dream. He played TPC wherever the Waste Management is. Like, Arizona living, man, home state. Got to give a shout out there. Pretty cool.
Do you guys
pretty
have
great
family
in the
out
winter.
there?
No, that's just my parents. A lot of my parents' best friends are out there. Just there, and they met him there when they were living there before I was born. When I was born, so
gotcha. So still no Dylan. He'll be back though. I think Thursday he said he'd be able to do a pod. Too bad we're not doing a podcast this Thursday. But like I said, we got Michael, we got Nick, we got a Team USA dual match rundown a bit, and then we're going to give our predictions for the restart of the Premier League. I'm sure there's some storylines in there that we're going to want to talk about, a la who's going to win, who's going to get relegated, and whatnot. But as is tradition, or it's becoming tradition, when we're about to do a podcast, John frantically texts everyone on the pod and says, what do you guys want to talk about first? And this time we got something. So, Nick, let me kick it over to you. You said you got a question you want to pose to us.
Yeah, I was sitting in a few minutes before study hall in my classroom. I'm scrolling through just the news on FOTMob, and something about Thomas Tuchel pops up, and the Champions League, and I go, holy shit! Thomas Tuchel is a trophy merchant, and he's the German Jose Mourinho. I did some deeper diving. He's Jose Mourinho. He's a over 6 foot, more, not as funny, more complainy, without the antics, well, sort of antics, Jose Mourinho. Like, at Dortmund, first season, wins the polka. He's always gifted a great team, and then the second season, he always finds a way to destroy it somehow. Maybe it's the Thomas Tuchel 2-year curse, not the Jose 3-year curse. Yeah. I don't know. I just had that thought. I don't know. I thought it was interesting considering where he is, and he joined Chelsea halfway through the season, won the Champions League. He's joining Bayern in a very similar position, in a position to win the Champions League again. It's like Shane Spencer winning a World Series ring in 1998. Like, the guy comes in all of a sudden, hits 10 home runs in September, and he's getting a World Series ring because he juiced at the right time.
Yankee reference number 1 on the pod. German Jose. Michael, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I think the only thing I can think of right now of Thomas Tuchel is I saw a tweet literally when him and Conte shook hands and it, like, that whole fucking thing exploded. That happened this season.
Yeah,
which
dude,
seems crazy to me.
You sent that on the group where you're like, "Hey, by the way, this happened this season."
No. Okay, that's maybe
that was me.
That was Nick.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh my god, it did! Like, that did happen this fucking season."
Nick
I was drinking beers with John. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We watched that game together.
Oh shit. Yeah. For that game. Yeah.
That Spurs fan got all fired up right at the end, and you were like, "Yo, let's get this guy's thoughts."
I don't. I guess.
Live pod.
I guess to your thing, that would be kind of crazy. And like if Bayern did go on, like Bayern could win. I don't think they will. I think they're not great this year. I think they're kind of like a little bit of a rebuild. As much as a rebuild as you could be, they could very easily, probably will still win the Bundesliga. But he could definitely do it, and that would be pretty crazy. It's kind of like a Conte thing too, except sometimes Conte just fucking burns the whole place down. Sometimes he wins, but sometimes he just fucking...
Which I loved every moment of that, by the way.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I'm actually disappointed that we didn't have the full crew on the last pod when we were just going through, like, Conte. I did see, with Tuchel taking over at Bayern, there was one tweet, or it wasn't a tweet. He got quoted in an interview that it was kind of like your ex-girlfriend going and, like, dating your arch nemesis. Lost to Tuchel, obviously, in the Champions League final. The quote was from Cancelo. He says, "Tuchel took a Champions League away from me 2 years ago. Hopefully he'll get me one this year." And I just wanted to be like, fuck off, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is such bullshit.
Joao.
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 Yeah, Tukes is a big Jose in German clothing, in lederhosen. I think that is interesting. It's not something that we normally think about, and I also think that Bayern was smart to pick him up before. I mean, Tottenham, you'd hope, was thinking about it, right?
That would have been a disaster in the making. Like, at least Bayern's like legit. Like, I'm gonna throw some Spurs shade here. Let's, you know, I mean, I really don't
Go
have
for
to.
it. I'm all about it.
We don't have to like really work too hard for it, but like, at least Bayern's legit. You know, like they do, even though they're down for Bayern, they still got a shot. It's a culture of winning there. You know, that they still believe we can do it. Where Spurs, I think, if you just go hit replay on Conte's speech, which my favorite part, the one thing I'll say is that he said it was not directed at. Daniel Levy said it was not directed at upper management. It was only directed at the players. Was the was like the front office's quote. I'm like, oh my god, like that's a dude. That's the dude who goes, "Who pays my checks?" Oh yeah, it wasn't about you guys.
Now give me my severance.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you're cool. I don't know. When you said it would have been a disaster in the making, my only response was, isn't that Tottenham cruising altitude? Like, par for the course, essentially.
Well,
right?
I think, yeah, for sure. But I also think what Nick had sent, I think also in the group, none of the Spurs players have said anything about Conte leaving. Like the team. So like I actually think this is going to be a huge manager bump.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to batter Everton.
I am 100%. I had that same thought too.
I think they hated him.
Do you have to get a manager to get a manager bump?
It doesn't matter who it is. If you have a pulse and a Spurs shirt on, you're standing on the sideline. It's
okay. Nick, I think you're the big winner out of all this though, because if I'm being honest, Harry Kane to Man United this summer looks better than it ever has.
Yeah. It's just a matter of. Well,
Nick's like, please don't talk about it. Please don't talk about it.
He honestly was just like, I don't know how to react to good news, so like I'm just gonna. All right, yeah, sure.
Dude, we got Scott McTominay scoring a brace against Spain in the first half and scoring 2 more. He scored 4 goals in the international break. Put him up top.
My man popped off.
Yeah. All right, Spurs, Tukes, Tuchel, yeah, whatever. Michael, you had some thoughts.
I did. Similar to these tweets and posts that Nick is sending that are just throwing me into a tizzy. I had another moment sitting in the LA Fitness sauna, trying to enjoy myself, trying to, be healthy. And I have to read this fucking tweet. And I'm reading it right off my phone.
This verbatim.
Right. Verbatim.
I know this one. Yeah.
Right. Enough time has passed since I last said it and got cooked. But Bukayo Saka right now is better than Mane ever was. Okay? First of all, no.
First of all, what's this guy's follower ratio? Who is this?
So I'll read you his bio.
Michael's out here getting triggered by eggs.
Listen,
what the fuck?
Saka and his bio. Saka and Matoma are the best wingers in the world, and Arteta is the second coming of Johan Cruyff. Okay, that's what his bio says. He has 5,000 followers, so he's basically an egg as much as I'm an egg. I have like 300,
okay.
so we're on the same level.
He's just
So
an
I did-
ostrich egg.
Listen, I did a little bit of digging. Okay,
On this guy?
no.
No.
Just
On
stats.
Sadio, on Michael's favorite topic.
No. I'm not. Listen, I'm not even gonna engage in that. That's a ridiculous statement.
Aren't we
Okay.
engaging in it right now?
No. I was just reading you what he said. But I'm gonna tell you, for all intents and purposes, Mo Salah has had a down season. Okay.
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka apparently the best winger in the league. Across all competitions, every competition they've played in, Mo Salah 39 appearances, Bukayo Saka 38. All right. Mo Salah 3,316 minutes. That is 36.8 90 minutes. Okay, so he's played essentially 37 whole games. Bukayo Saka, he's a little bit less than that. 2,956. He's played essentially 33 total games. Bukayo Saka, 13 goals, 10 assists across all competitions. That's pretty good. I'd say that's really good. Okay, and he's also, 21? He's got a long way to go. He's got a big career ahead of him. Mo Salah, down season, 22 goals, 11 assists. All right? If you parse that across 90 minutes, what do they contribute in 90 minutes goal contribution-wise? Bukayo Saka, 0.70 goal contributions per 90 minutes. That's really good. Mo Salah, 0.89. In a season where everyone's saying that he's down, he's bad. Okay? He's 0.2 goals per game more than him. All right, so let me go even further. I'll go even further. I'll take it a ring down. Gabriel Martinelli, having a great season. Incredible. 13 goals, 3 assists off the left. 38 appearances as well, 2,895 minutes, 32.2 90 minutes. That's 0.49 goal contributions per 90 minutes. That's pretty good. Half a goal a game. Darwin Nunez, flop. Flop City. 33 appearances, 5 less. 2,020 minutes. 875 minutes less. That's almost 10 full games. 22.4, 90 minutes. 14 goals, 4 assists. That's 0.80 goal contributions per 90 minutes. Okay? 0.3 more than him. When you look at Arsenal's team, you go down the list of Arsenal's team. You got Odegaard, 10-7. Eddie Nketiah, 9-2. Granit Xhaka, 6-5. Gabriel Jesus, 5-7. That's pretty good. 3 from Gabriel Magalhaes. I don't even know who that is. 3 from Saliba. 3 from Partey. 3 from Reece Nelson, and 3 assists. 2 from Vieira and 6 assists from him. You go down our list of players. Who's the next? Bobby Firmino. He's been out most of the season. He has 10 goals, 5 assists. Harvey Elliott. He's appeared in 40 games, 5 goals. Cody Gakpo just got there, 4 goals. Luis Diaz, been hurt all year, 4 goals, 3 assists. After that, it's fucking desolate, brother. So, listen, Arsenal, you've had a great year. Why don't you spread the love around and stop making these ridiculous fucking statements that Bukayo Saka is better than Mane ever was when he's not better than Mo Salah in arguably his worst season?
Nick, I'm going to invite you back to this conversation with a statement. Is Saka the best winger in his own country?
No, because I just did all the math on Marcus Rashford real quick.
I figured that's what you were doing.
Oh my God.
48 games across all competitions, 27 goals, 7 assists, carrying them through to the the Carabao Cup, going to carry them to Europa League glory, which no one gives a fuck about except when you're in it, aka me.
Yeah, that's honestly true, and that's a valid thing.
Usually I don't care, but we're in it, so I care.
Yeah. You care because you're in it, for sure.
Yeah, and arguably could have more goals per minute. It's not great. It's was it 32, 41 divided by 27. Yeah, it's every 120
Real time.
minutes. It's not great, but I mean, a lot of those times, there's a lot of games in a lot of those League Cup games and stuff, he'd come on late and stuff like that, and he'd get an appearance in minutes. But I'm just saying, Bukayo Saka, great player. Not going to throw shade. He is a great player.
That's the thing. But
he's not until he's also like 7. Like, let's settle down here. Like, Mo Salah's been doing this over how long of a period of time? And it pains me to say this about my heated rival with the inferior badge, but
that's crazy.
I had to. It's like Mo Salah's been doing it for what 5 or 6 seasons he's been at Liverpool now, and he's been lights out, and he's having a down year. Like, Saka's done it for 30 games, 28 games, and he definitely could. I don't see why he couldn't, but
listen, there's an argument that for sure, I would argue it's strictly in the Premier League, Mo Salah is the best winger ever in the Premier League. Ever.
I think that's a longer podcast.
Statistically.
Yeah. Statistically, you can't really argue that, but it's another argument for another day.
If you're saying because Cristiano Ronaldo played in the Premier League, and then you take his prime not in the Premier League, by the way.
I wasn't going to say him, but it's cool.
Right, I understand, but I'm saying that's an argument a lot. Mane also, argument for one of the best wingers ever in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. Like you said, Saka's done this for 28 games. He has a cast of teammates who are all playing at an incredibly high level. That's why they're so good. You can't take any of that shit away from them. But these motherfuckers are getting out of pocket, dude. This is crazy. You're talking about us Liverpool fans, Manchester United fans, top 2 most delusional fans. This is crazy.
True.
Dude,
next thing you know, ESPN's going to put out, who would you rather have, Martin Odegaard or Kevin De Bruyne? Are you insane? This one season, Martin Odegaard, sure. The vast majority of their careers, Kevin De Bruyne, easily.
Yeah. Nick, you didn't exactly do what I thought you were going to do, because now I got the numbers I really wanted. So Jack Grealish's...
yeah. Jack Grealish Jack. The only stat we could throw out is calves per square inch, square inch, or something like that.
Someone's gotta jump on this boat with me.
Goals per transfer fee. Or what's the breakdown?
That's interesting.
Felix. Actually, you know what would be interesting? João Felix game contributions or goal contributions per loan fee, and Jack Grealish transfer fee and his actual goal contribution. I think it's a hell of a lot closer than we'd actually think.
Jack's been playing really well lately. Don't take it away from him.
One last one while I'm at it. More slices of pizza while did he eat more slices of pizza in New York City or score more goals this season?
Oh, there's no shot he's going to score more goals. He housed the whole Joe's pie, I bet you.
Get in my belly.
Get in my belly. Get in my belly. And I love his love for Home Alone 2. Just genuine guy.
Insane. He seems very wholesome.
He seems like a guy. He seems like the type of person that one of my teammates from college affectionately described his fellow Bergen County neighbors as, all my friends are from Bergen County. Great guys, terrible people. That's how that's how I feel Jack Grealish is.
Jack, I got your back here, buddy. All right, Arsenal, pump the brakes. It's getting a bit much.
Just enjoy the shit that is happening.
I was just gonna say they're ruining it. Like I was actually like beginning of the year. I told Michael, I was like, all right, like this is fine, like whatever. They're ruining it. I hate them now. Like they're so.
God,
annoying.
you guys, if any other team prior to the season, any other team in the top 6 would have won the Premier League, I would have been fucking furious. And you guys, I literally would have been like, okay, that's fine. Like good, nice win for them. Yeah. Like I like Arsenal. You're making me dislike your lovable players.
Yeah, it's like when the Cubs won. That had a little extra.
No, fuck them. I hate. Yeah, you're right, for sure.
Team USA, they had a pretty good international break, not just on the field, but off the field as well. We got the Balogun sweepstakes going on, and then the guy that we stole not the guy, but Alex Zendejas, who we essentially stole from Mexico. Not really. He's got dual citizenship-esque, whatever. Is now cap-tied. We had 2 games, one against Granada. It ended 7-1. We had Pepe back on the scored sheet, Aronson, McKinney twice, Pepe again, Pulisic, and then Zendejas as well, scoring for Team USA. We gave up 1 goal to Granada. And then we played El Salvador, and Ricardo Pepe scores again to give us the lone goal, 1-0 in the 62nd minute.
Field is just like, what you picture, like, just there's a track around it. It's some local municipal stadium. Like, the grass was in pretty good shape. I was pretty impressed. It's just
It's like when you start up when you're like doing a custom team in any sport and you pick like the field, like, do you want a track around it? And then immediately you're like, no, I want it to be like a fucking stadium. They're like, too bad, you're getting a track. You're getting you're getting like yellow lacrosse lines on the field. Like,
it was rec league. It was pretty rec league looking. Big break though. I mean, look, we finished top of our group in the Nations League Group Nations League A group, whatever the fuck we were, which is great. The other winners in that so far, Mexico, Costa Rica's got a big game against Panama coming up to figure out who's going to win that one. Canada is playing Honduras as well to try to clinch that one, and then us. Zendejas looked good. I'm glad we got him. He's going to be great on the attack. Ricardo Pepe looked good. I actually, from watching the first half of El Salvador, I didn't hate what DK was doing. He was getting fouled.
Loved him.
Yeah, he was getting fouled constantly. And, someone's actually going to call that at some point. And then I want to throw this guy a bone as well. Luca de la Torre, in the second half of that El Salvador game, gets the ball in midfield and just advances. Just pushes and pushes and pushes. And I know it's inferior opponents, but I felt like we never really do that well. And it was fun. It was a fun international break. Michael was pumped for it.
Yeah, we're going to win the whole damn thing.
I don't want to go down this road again, but god damn do I hate the Reynas, and good lord do I love Gio. Like, god damn, he's so casual, but like it just looks so effortless from him, and he just literally, as you said, even though it's an inferior opponent, he literally does whatever he wants. Like, God, we could have used him to beat the Netherlands.
I really love to. I think in the Honduras game it was more evident. Again, I did end up watching some of that Granada game, but that was a free for all at that point. There was a lot of fluidity between Reyna, Pulisic, and Zendejas. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I think I am. In the attacking midfield section, because there's a lot of 1-2s between Dest and Zendejas. There was a lot of Reyna with Anthony Robinson, and then switching back over to the Dest side, and I thought the wingbacks played really well. I love, if we can figure this out, I love that those 3 guys, or that position in the 3, are able to just be interchangeable and can move around and be inverted and be regular wingers, inside forwards, whatever. Which, again, is going to bring me to a question that was posed to me by a childhood friend while we're watching this game. And I think that we actually have to sit here and consider it.
No, we don't.
You know what I'm going to ask?
Go ahead.
No, tell me. What am I going to ask?
I just know who it's coming from, so I know you don't have to consider it.
Are we good with our head coach right now?
No. You're crazy.
He has a British accent. Of course he's fucking good.
Brother, we played Granada. Granada and El Salvador. We should be winning these regardless.
Hey.
He did what he was supposed to do. Did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
I agree.
You can make the argument that Greg Berhalter exceeded doing what we're supposed to do.
Dude.
It's true.
Honestly, man, like, in the words of Bachman Turner Overdrive, taking care of business. And that's what he's supposed to do. So we should be happy. Every day.
Every day. I don't know. It was interesting. Nick, you weren't on the last pod. We don't have to go too deep into it, but you being the only person from the great state of Jersey on the pod right now, how you kind of described your friends in the prior engagement. Greg Berhalter seems like a really great guy, actually, post all of this. Seems like a really good dude. I just don't think he's that good of a coach.
Now,
Yeah,
the truth comes out. It was an excuse to get rid of him, but now you realize, oh man, he's actually smelling pretty good on the other end of this. And now you're like, listen, I have to come clean here. I just don't like bald people.
Dude, this has the same vibe as Yankee reference number 2. Brian Cashman just continuing to be the general manager without a contract for how freaking long. And it's just like he's still lingering around like he's not the coach, but
baby.
He's not lingering by his own decision though. Like they're making him linger.
Do you have to let it linger? He is. He still is.
I say we hire him. Fuck it.
Now bring on Thierry Henry.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh God. Since I got the two of you, Michael, we didn't really ask this on the last one, but since I got both you guys here, are we at all surprised that the players, for the most part, seem to be backing Triple G too? Like, I mean, Pulisic kind of had a chance to be like, oh, we should go in a different direction, and he essentially said, no. Like, let's just get him back in. Let's just start working again.
I will say, I'm not surprised because I think in the essence of what was done, I think it was the correct thing. I think you got everybody involved. You asked them if they, what they thought. People vote, like teams and coaches, maybe one or the other. Who knows? We still don't know for sure, I guess. Voted on if he goes home or stays here. I think Pulisic saying, like, it was childish. I think it could also be, he didn't say, like, Greg is clean on this. Like, I think he could maybe be alluding a little bit to Greg, how he presented it at that fucking summit or whatever it was as childish. But at the end of the day, like, at least Greg did something good and then maybe, like, fucked up a little bit at the end. Like, for all intents and purposes, the Reynas were just assholes.
Oh,
like, there was no excuse. Yeah,
they're the worst.
Yeah, there's just no excuse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not shocked by it, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I was shocked, but I think that's where us as fans, and even us, the three of us, and Dylan as well, would probably pay more attention to this than any one person should. Maybe we just don't know the right answer. Maybe it's actually Greg. Maybe that's actually the best fit for this group and this team. For me, I know that there's so much talent that it's really tough to take that answer. Like, that's just hard. You know what I mean?
But, like, I don't understand who you get.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I don't know what
Tim
what
Howard.
No, oh
Stop
my
it.
God.
Stop it. Stop.
Listen, you can't take Thierry Henry away from that show because it's such a good show. It's such a good, like, broadcast. You absolutely could remove Tim Howard from that, and it would improve dramatically. But also, he doesn't help us.
So
I think he should just be unemployed.
Stop it. I did listen to a couple of podcasts though where was it going to be the director of sport is going to hopefully go to Gooch, the big Onuachu guy that played for them for a while. He seems like actually a really good fit. That's like hiring young. Hopefully he can fit in, like, and get it. I'm cool with that.
Is it really Daryl DK or is it Daryl Dyke?
It's DK.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Donkey Kong.
DK.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a leader of the bunch.
Next fixture for the U.S. men's national team is scheduled for April 19th against Mexico. It's just a friendly, and then they do the Nations League finals in Vegas, June 16th to 19th. Hopefully we can win that again. We're the defending champs. Did you guys know?
Yeah, I did.
Big time. Love it. All right. Premier League, it's back. We got a big first match for the NAFTAA boys here of the week. Man City is hosting Liverpool at 7:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous. I'm real nervous. Because
Why?
we can't lose another game.
We have not won the 7:30 kickoff all year. And it's away.
Michael, you know who you guys love to play?
You guys at home.
Man City.
At home. Not at 7:30 in the morning.
All right, well, you know.
Listen,
Haaland might be out.
I am put your life savings on Man City.
Stop this madness.
If I do that and I lose it, are you FDIC insured?
No. You gamble at your own risk, you degen.
Why don't you get the government to bail you out? You know, I thought you're my bank.
Because I'm not a bank.
Michael is Atlanta Valley Bank. Yeah, Man City, Liverpool. It's at Man City. Foden's out for sure. Haaland might be
Appendicitis,
out.
dude. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bursted.
No, I'm being honest. I'm the medical person here is telling you like appendicitis is no bueno. That shit probably hurts real
I mean,
bad.
he'll be fine though, right?
Yeah.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it hurts.
Hasn't killed anyone since like 1880.
Shit doesn't feel good. I'm not telling you it's gonna kill him. I'm just saying it hurts.
Look, it's a must-win game for City. It's at City. I got it.
It's a must-win game for us too, bitch. Sorry. I'm just all over the place. I'm still mad about Arsenal.
You're mean. You're being mean.
You guys are
I
gonna
got
win.
City.
I have City too. This is no.
Stop.
I'm serious, John. We haven't won a game at 7:30. I'm trying to beat you. Also, I want to actually bring something up. I didn't get one graphic with me leading when I was leading the fucking predictions. You just you kicked the can until now we're tied again, so you don't have to change it. That's bullshit.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did. You kicked the can.
No, dude. It just happened to be that way. Had a tough
Selfish.
week.
You're a selfish editor.
Graphics were harder to come by that week. We'll see what happens this week. You might get it next week, you know?
I've changed those graphics because of the World Cup. It's not that hard. You could have done it.
Ooh, that's tough. Nick, who you got in this one?
Citizens.
Yeah. Game number 2. Bournemouth is hosting Fulham. Bournemouth still not that good here and there. Fulham actually losing 3 straight in the league. Bournemouth sitting 19th, Fulham in 9th. Michael, who you got in this?
Fulham lost 3 straight.
Yeah, 3-1 to Manchester United, 3-0 to Arsenal, and 3-2 to Brentford.
Damn, those are all pretty good teams they played, though. I'm going to go Fulham bounce back. I was thinking about going Bournemouth at home, but I'm going to go Fulham.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm going with Fulham. They're not bad losses, you know, so it's not like they're on a slide or anything like that necessarily. Something that's not recoverable or unforeseen.
Yeah, it's not like they lost to Bournemouth 1-0
Yeah.
True.
at the 7:30 start, by the way.
I got the Cottagers as well. I think they're solid. I think when they play a team that may be as good or better than them, they struggle, obviously. But they're much better than Bournemouth. Arsenal, they're hosting Leeds. As you know, Arsenal in first place on 69 points. Leeds in 14th on 26. They have not, I repeat, Leeds have not beaten Arsenal in the last 10 times that Leeds have not beaten Arsenal the last 10 times they've played them. Earlier this year, it was a 1-0 win for the Gooners. I got Arsenal. Nick, who you got?
Yeah, got the Gooners too. League's over. I told you that.
Yeah. After they beat Palace. Michael?
I'm real tempted
No, don't be. Why?
because I'm mad at Arsenal.
I don't know. Go ahead. I mean, I want to win the predictions too.
No, I got Arsenal.
Yeah, okay. Brighton and Hove Albion. They're going to host Brentford, the Battle of the Bees, the actual Battle of the Bees. Both these teams doing really well this year. Brighton in 7th on 42 points. Brentford in 8th on 42 points as well. Their goal difference is the only thing between them. 15 for Brighton, 9 for Brentford. Brighton in really good form. They've won 4 of the last 5. Brentford only losing 1 of the last 5, but also only winning 2. Last time these two teams met was at Brentford. It was a 2-0 win for the actual Bees. Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my second favorite team that started to creep up on me. Gotta go with the blue and white stripes. Gotta go with the Gulls.
Yep. He wants to stay with his girlfriend for another week. Michael?
I got a draw.
I think that's a good pick. That's a decent pick for sure. I think I'm going Gulls as well. I got a brace for Mackey, the Irish Argentinian. McAllister with a brace. And I got.
You mean the
Gulls
future United winger? Sorry,
for sure.
that was uncalled for.
Hey, take him. He's
I'm
yours.
gonna back Ivan Toney until they put him in fucking Parlay Joe.
Which could be sooner than you expect. Palace hosting Leicester. Let's face it, the only person that cares about this game is Barb Tucker. For real. Absolutely. Palace is abysmal. They've lost 4 straight and then tied their 5th one back. Leicester also not looking that great, even though they just tied Brentford, but they lost 4 straight before that. Palace without a coach. Leicester, you can argue without a coach too with
Wait.
Barrage. Oh, Hodgson. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, what are you? You've had a little bit of a break.
My brain was not with me on that one. Hodgie's back. First game, right? First game back.
Oh fuck! This is easy. This is such a gimme.
Is it? Where are you
Can't believe
going?
I didn't. Oh yeah, Palace.
Oh yeah, 100%. Come on.
We're both Palace.
Even if I'm wrong, I fully back old man Roy Hodgson. I hope he's sitting in the manager's chair with a fucking blanket over his lap.
and a rocker.
Yeah, it just brings the rocker out. He's like, listen, I'll come back, but I'm bringing the rocker.
Sorry, Barb. It had to be you, but it's the bounce back.
I'm not sorry. Every time I back her, she throws me strays.
So we're all palaced up. All right. Forest hosting Wolves. Both these teams in weird form. I do still think Lopetegui's the guy at Wolves. Michael's on the record multiple times thinking that Wolves actually isn't going to get relegated. Last time these two teams met was actually in the EFL Cup. It was a 5-4 win for Forest, but the last time they met in the league was 1-0 for Wolves at the Molineux. This one, unfortunately, is at the City Ground. Michael, you got the Forest, you got the Wolves.
I got both of them in a draw.
Draw for Michael. Nick?
Yeah, I got a draw too.
I got to go Wolves. They got to win one. I think this is it.
Here, I'm just playing the numbers. Forest team to score at least a goal at home.
Yep. Wolves don't score more than 2. More than 1.
Well, they do sometimes, but the numbers say they score about a goal. So I'm gonna go 1-1.
Yeah, that's smart math, kids.
Thanks.
Chelsea is going to host Villa in the last game on April Fool's Day, April 1st, at Stamford Bridge. They last played October 16th, 2-0 win for Chelsea heading to Villa. And Chelsea's been in the best form they've been in all season lately, but so kind of is Villa, creepily enough, or sneakily enough. I mean, Chelsea's in 10th, Villa's in 11th. They are on the same amount of points. I'm taking Villa because I just don't like Chelsea.
I'm gonna
I've
take
had the
Chelsea.
Yeah, I had the same thought as John, but Chelsea is unfortunately too late for them, too bad for us next year. They're starting to figure it out a little bit, I think.
Michael, so you're going Chelsea as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chelsea. Just I listen. Villa could 100% win, and I hope they do. I hope that you take the lead over me based on this game. But I'm gonna keep it kind of kosher and go with Chelsea.
Dream place for Chelsea to finish for you guys the rest of the year?
10th.
Nick?
Relegated. What? No. 11.
Can they get relegated? Is it even
Probably
possible?
not anymore. Or actually, they probably could, but it'd take a village, so to speak. Yeah, 10th for me. Double digits. Give them the double digit year. West Ham, they're going to host Southampton. West Ham has won 2 of their last 3 games, but both of them were against AEK Larnaca. Unfortunately, they're not playing a Greek side in this one. But Southampton have really not been that great outside of a draw against Spurs and a draw against United. They drew, as you can imagine, the last time they played back in October. It's at West Ham. It's at the London Stadium. Moyes needs to get some points. They're both in the relegation zone. West Ham in 18th, Southampton in 20th. I got to go West Ham in this one. Michael?
You know, a couple weeks ago when West Ham was playing Everton, and we were like, okay, like West Ham has to win this game. If they don't, Moyes is gone, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is exactly the same.
This is the actual game. Yeah.
No, I feel like it's like an up and down. So
Yeah.
like, you know, he was at the lowest at that Everton. They got that big win. He got himself back up. He's back low. I think I don't know if they're gonna crush Southampton, but I think they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be not close.
Nick, what you got in this one?
Yeah, great point, Michael. Draw.
Fuck you.
Is draw good enough to get Moisey out?
I don't think he's
Draw
going
at
anywhere.
home to Southampton.
Is it? Is it good
I don't
enough?
think. I don't think. Wait, hold on. Let me get back to you on that.
Okay. Well, they got Newcastle. They got Fulham. They're continuing in the Conference League against Ghent as well. And then they got Arsenal. Those are their next 5 fixtures. It doesn't get much easier. Like, Newcastle's tough. Fulham's good. It's at Fulham. Ghent's going to be decent. I think they do win the Europa League or the Conference League and then get relegated. I think that's the storyline this year.
That'd be pretty fucking funny. The thing is, they do have like they have Leeds and Leicester the last 2 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think like at this point you almost can't fire him because he's either taking him down or he's keeping him up.
You let him go down with the ship. You let him play the song like they did on the Titanic. He's the violinist.
Yeah.
Newcastle hosting Man United. Casemiro's still out. Is this the last game to be suspended, Nick? Do you know?
I think he's got one
more?
One more because it was 1 league, 1 FA Cup game. Yeah, I think he's got one more. Pretty sure.
Manchester United famously, as we documented before, lifted their first trophy in 6 years against Newcastle just a mere month ago on February 26th, 2-0 win. Earlier in the year, they drew 0-0 in October. This is at St. James Park. I think this has draw written all over it just because Casemiro's out. I think if Casemiro plays, this is a dub for Man United. Nick, these are your guys.
Yeah, great point, John. But you're wrong. Scott McTominay is most likely going to be in the lineup. Sabitzer, unfortunately, got a little bit of a knee knock, a little bit of a knee injury. So he'll probably be out. So McFred will be in full force, which is just as good as one Casemiro. So I'm pretty sure Scott McTominay. One McFred equals one Casemiro. So we're good.
I think it's a McFred and a Van de Beek on the side is a Casemiro. Even though they don't play the same position. I just like Van de Beek.
I think that I just think Newcastle's not good enough anymore. I think that United's going to come out with a little point to prove, and McSauce will score. I'll be wearing my McSauce jersey on Sunday, if I am not working Sunday, in full support of him and United coming up with the dub, 2-1.
Michael?
This is why I can't trust FotMob all the time because I don't think they update this very regularly. Is Rashford actually doubtful?
No, he's playing.
Okay. So then I probably shouldn't. I mean, Almiron is out till April, late April. Maximin is doubtful. Pope is doubtful. It says Botman is doubtful.
I'm pretty sure Rashford just listed as doubtful because they just did that because when he didn't go to England because he picked up a little bit of a knock. Like, and he was back in training yesterday, like light training yesterday. Like he's ramping up for the week. He'll be fine. Varane's gonna be healthy. Like I'm not worried about it.
I got United.
I just think St. James Park's a tough place to play. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Newcastle. Last game of the week, you got Everton hosting Tottenham at Goodison Park. Obviously, last time these two teams met, it was a 2-0 win for Tottenham. Tottenham still battling to stay in the Champions League spots in 4th. Everton trying to stay out of the relegation zone in 15th. Michael, you said it earlier, big win for Spurs. I cast doubt upon it when you said it, but I totally agree with you. I think that's a big win for Spurs. Easy win against Everton. Michael, you're staying with them?
The anti Conte bump.
Yeah. Anyone but Conte. ABC.
Who I was probably the only fan of Conte coming into this season.
Yeah, it's true. Nick,
and I was wrong
who you
because
got?
he stunk.
Who you got in this
Yeah. I think that the newly minted leading scorer in in England national team history, Harry Kane, has a day, and it's going to be anybody but Conte. They're going to come out running around as a screw you to Antonio.
One quick question
slaughter.
I do have on Tottenham this year. Bad year for Son. Actually bad or just a blip?
Well, he was hurt a lot, right?
Okay. Do you think he's going to be able to come back? There's a lot of people saying that this is the downfall for him. This is the downslide.
No. He's been good for how many years before this?
Getting older.
And I tell you, it's hard getting old.
It sucks.
He's fine.
I hate it. It's the worst.
My back hurts. I threw batting practice today. I thought my back was. I thought I was going to need a wheelchair going out of. You never would have thought how bad batting practice feels on your back.
Dude,
He's
batting practice sucks. Anyway, Michael, what were you going to say?
he's still their second highest goal scorer, by the way.
Great season for Spurs.
You read any media, and all of a sudden Michael has facts to deny anything that you have an inkling about. Any bets that we got going on here? We're anticipating Dylan's return. He's usually our bet guy, but anything you guys are betting on?
I have self-imposed sanctions on myself. It's been a cold few weeks, so
okay.
I will not be touching a damn thing.
March Madness does that to people. Michael? You at all?
I'm in Georgia. I can't bet.
Good.
No, I can't.
Good excuse. All right, let's get us out of here. And I got one question for you both. What do Chelsea and the U.S. Navy have in common? They both spent $50 million on a sub. Cheers.
The NAFTA podcast.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.